What's the business? Okay.
A ticking time bomb in millions of American kitchens. Gas stoves have become a hot button issue over the past week. The doctors have been sounding the alarm for years now.
Fox 13's Matthew Smith has been talking to people about what the harm means to them and why it matters. He joins us now. We'll talk pushback in a minute. But why the big concern? I mean, we love our gas stove. What is the health concern here?
I mean, we hear the phrase, now you're cooking with gas, right? This is kind of ingrained in American culture. But what this comes down to is a public health crisis, a public health concern for a lot of people. Asthma, heart problems, cognitive delays, all of this and more has been connected to gas stoves.
We need to be talking about regulating gas stoves, whether that's drastically improving emissions or banning gas stoves entirely.
That comment, coming less than a month ago, set off a firestorm. But the reality is, gas is something scientists and doctors have wanted to push to the back burner for years.
Even when you use them perfectly according to directions, even when they're turned off, they release nitrogen dioxide. So when you turn on a gas stove in your kitchen, the levels of nitrogen dioxide can go up well above Environmental Protection Agency standards within minutes.
As Dr. Dooley, part of Washington Physicians for Social Responsibility, tells me, gas stoves pose a real threat. New research looks back at decades of data, and it shows that gas stoves are the cause to just under 13% of all U.S. child asthma cases. That's on par with cigarette smoking.
Asthma is the most well-studied, but it's not just asthma. It's heart problems, cognitive issues. So, all these are linked. The gas industry does not want to talk about the health risks of gas stoves.
The industry, in the form of the American Gas Association, is pushing back. Recently putting out a release saying attempts to generate consumer fears with baseless allegations to justify the banning of natural gas is a misguided agenda that will not improve the environment or the health of consumers. And while gas industry backers say gas stoves don't break any EPA standards, it is worth noting we don't have an indoor air standard. And meaning a home putting out more air quality pollution than idling cars, smokestacks, or frankly, any amount of air pollution. They're technically right. It's why as far back as 2010, the World Health Organization has pushed for countries around the globe to come up with air quality standards, much like we do for the outdoors, for inside of our homes. So on top of all that, survey teams actually went to stores, including right here in Washington State, and talked to retailers about gas stoves like they wanted to purchase them. When pressed about health concerns, 74% of store associates said they either weren't aware or that they flat out weren't concerned about health risks to gas stoves. So there's questions about how much the consumers know about this concern. We'll be posting more about that on Fox13Seattle.com after the show.
All right, thank you.
Well, they ain't playing over here. Hold the fuck up. Cognitive delay, among other things. But my chief concern is this right now. Just how long has the gas industry been aware of this? They wasted no time putting out a statement in opposition to these reports. Is they cooking with gas though? Especially when they're aware of the fact that it could result in cognitive decline. I'm gonna venture to say they did know versus they didn't, because, you know, I gotta regroup. They ain't playing. What the fuck? God damn.
These assholes are gonna pay when I find them. I know their shits are out here. Someone's here. I'm gonna flush them out. Red identified. Find the target. Hostiles are here somewhere. We'll find them.
I'm Ari Bernstein. I direct the Center for Climate, Health, and the Global Environment at the Harvard Chan School of Public Health, and I'm a pediatrician at Boston Children's Hospital. There have been many studies now looking at gas stoves and their potential to contribute to breathing problems in children and adults. And most of those studies have found that there is a problem, that exposures to air pollutants that are coming out of stoves are contributing to children who have asthma and adults having trouble breathing. It's not entirely surprising because we know that burning natural gas creates air pollutants that have been well understood for a long time to be hard on lungs. I don't think this is a call for everyone to run out and buy an induction cooktop or an electric cooktop. But I think the big picture is take the reasonable steps you can to limit exposure. The first thing is that it's very clear that gas stoves emit this substance called NOx, or oxides of nitrogen. And NOx are very clearly causative of asthma, so we know that. So the real question is how much people are being exposed to in their homes from their stoves. And that really depends on how big your kitchen is and how well ventilated it is. It's certainly clear that if you have a relatively small kitchen and it's not ventilated, so you've got no air coming in or out, and you turn on a gas stove, you can increase the level of NOx to levels that are above the EPA standards for outdoor air quality pretty quickly, within an hour or so. I think there are a couple of quick and easy steps. One is to make sure that if you're using one of those stoves, that you use it only for the time you need it, not to leave it on for longer periods. The second is if you have a vent, a hood over the stove, or sometimes the vents are built into countertops, use it, because that can also make a dramatic difference in the amount of pollution that accumulates in a room. And if the weather's decent and you're able to, open some doors and windows and use a fan to help air circulate through your kitchen. Short of all those things, if there is someone in the home who has sensitive lungs, whether that's a younger person, older person, a person who's pregnant, keep them out of the kitchen if cooking's going on, because it turns out that in most homes, at least, the greatest concentrations are going to be near the source. My general advice to parents is if you can smell it, don't buy it. Soaps, cleaning products, those actually all can create substances in homes that are harmful to our lungs. And so a big source of pollution in homes is things we buy and bring into them. The last thing is, we burn other stuff in houses. We burn incense, we burn cigarettes and other things people smoke, and wood-burning stoves. It's really important to really focus on these common indoor sources of exposure and reduce them as well.
So yeah, if you cook it with gas and you can afford to ditch it for the alternative, please do so. That's if you care about your lungs and cognitive abilities and so on and so forth.
So in the month of January, we've had 3 vehicles that were stolen in the West Seattle neighborhood. They were almost immediately recovered after the incidents. They were only driven, a few blocks away. We did unfortunately have some mail that was stolen out of each one of the vehicles, and we're starting to follow up on that kind of investigation.
Oh, that's what we doing right now? Of course. Hold on, man.
And we're starting to follow up on that kind of investigation right now, following up with any potential victims that may have had their mail stolen, as well as follow up on some other leads we have at the moment. If you're familiar with West Seattle, it's not a big area, so everything's within 5-10 minutes of each other. So they were within the West Seattle area, but not within the immediate vicinity of each other.
Oh, this fucking speaker. Look at him. Oh, this speaker is seriously playing right now, huh? I don't know why the universe be doing this.
In the vehicle, and then now what is missing from the vehicle. So there's kind of a little bit of a addition subtraction math that we've got to do, and it takes a little bit of time, but we're working on that, and we'll be working to notify any of those potential victims as well. Definitely reach out to us if you know that something is missing.
This shit really don't want to cooperate. God damn. Long story short. Porch Pirates have reached a new plateau. Mail truck mercenaries. That light bill, rent notice, forget about it. Granny heart medication, forget about it. All I can say is, y'all should really pray for these people. Because if they get caught with the wrong package in hand, Swiss cheese. Arrivederci, my friend. Why they have to do them like that? A allegedly.
Arizona community. The taps are dry in Rio Verde foothills after the nearby city of Scottsdale cut off the small town's water to deal with its own drought. Faith Abube is there in Arizona with how residents there are coping. Good morning, Faith.
Good morning to you, Robin. This is the water filling station where for years Rio Verde Foothills homeowners have used their account numbers essentially as passwords to get water, but all of that has been cut off. Those account numbers no longer work. This morning, officials in Scottsdale, Arizona, leaving homeowners outside the city limits high and dry, cutting them off from getting their water from the city after years of access.
We did everything that they asked us to do.
Officials say persistent drought has forced them to take the drastic measure in order to conserve water for those who live within the city limits. Arizona is one of 33 states currently experiencing moderate or worse drought conditions.
I don't know why.
Affecting roughly 1,000 households in Rio Verde. Ryan pleading for answers.
This is a human issue.
I could have just replied to that, but I just typed that shit out. I don't know why the fuck I typed that shit out. That's funny. But yeah, it's motherfucking Seattle. For now, it could be all over. That shit could start a trend where people just start snatching mail trucks, you know what I'm talking about? So, be on the lookout for that shit.
In Rio Verde Foothills, homeowner Cody Ryan pleading for answers.
This is a human issue. This is not something that, that can be dwindled down to, well, we need to preserve water for what might happen.
The city of Scottsdale telling ABC News that for nearly a decade, they've warned Rio Verde Foothills residents about this possibility. Ryan tells me right now he and his family have just 2 weeks of water left. And if this dispute is unresolved, Cody, for example, says his family's monthly water bill could triple from roughly $400 to $1,200 a month for the same amount of water. They're hoping state leaders or even a judge can step in. Guys,
we will see what happens there, Faith. Thank you. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching.
I'm trying to concentrate on that shit. But it starts in Rio Verde. You look up in a few years, and it's gonna be Scottsdale. You're gonna turn around, and the entire metropolitan area of Phoenix, Arizona is going to be nearly uninhabitable due to a never-ending mega drought. Watch what I tell you. They threw me off with them explosions, man. They funny. They funny with they cheating. They got some comical tactics. I should have came with my A game, man. They is motherfucking serious. Hold on. Oh. Oh boy. Oh my God. I gotta come and get him, huh? And get blowed up in the process. Oh, I'm good. Yeah, that was all of the stories from y'all see how difficult this shit? God damn. You would think I would just go ahead and put a teammate up there, but I'm cool. Just got to be a little bit more methodical amidst the madness. That's all she wrote. Yep. Alright. Catch up with y'all in a minute, man. It's LV. Go ahead and get that booster, man. Get that shot, man. It's in your best interest. Go ahead and do it, man. Go ahead and get this shit out the way.